Hey everybody. Whoa! It's GPT, back with another edition of Survival Minecraft. How's it going? How's it going? Let's check, make sure nothing's gonna jump out on us. Gonna get some. Had some things, you know, you saw the last video. Creeper I tried to attack even though I was way over there. I was being really stupid about it. But I think I have another idea for another build in this world. Everyone, you know, likes movies. I've never really met anybody that doesn't like movies or doesn't like a movie. You know, has ever seen a movie and been like, I'm done with movies. You know, so I like this idea. I like this idea of movie-based things. I mean, we're not moving too quickly, but we have three things. We have, of course, we've got the Stargate thing, which, you know, isn't crazy wildly original, but, you know, it's our nether portal. It's our nether gate, you could say. This is, you know, somewhat original. Oops. In terms of how I did it. And then we got a quarter of the Golden Gate Bridge, and then we got good old Orca from Jaws. Dun it. Dun it. Do you think we need a bigger boat, or is this okay? I think it's okay. So I started thinking, like, okay, what other stuff could I build? This is like a studio backlot. You don't really see too many of those anymore. I mean, most of the stuff has gone kind of digital, or even digital matte paintings. If you don't know what a matte painting is, basically it's just something that they use as filler in the background to make something, you know, seem like it's in a environment that it really isn't. And they've been doing, Hollywood's been doing that for years and years and years. But of course, being able to do that digitally has made things easier for the most part, or at least different. But up here, I've cleared off a lot of trees. I got rid of a bunch of trees. Probably still actually going to keep getting rid of some trees like this one. This one seems like it's in the way. We'll go ahead and chop her down. But I'm going to build the house and the hotel from Psycho. I think that's the next thing I want to build. Oh, perfect. And so this will be the hill, and it might, you know, you have this in the way, but once the house is built, you won't be able to see it. That's all the Hollywood magic, right? So if you've ever seen stills from the movie, or if you've actually ever seen the movie, you know the hotel is kind of like down on the hill, so it's kind of down in this area here, and then the house has some stairs. And this might actually get built up a little bit before the house gets built up there. And I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to build the house. From what I believe, the original way that it was built was that you had the front of the house, you had the sides of the house, but then there was no technical back of the house. So like back here would just be open and empty, which might be interesting. Might be fun to kind of do it that way, sort of the Hollywood magic part of it. But, you know, I might even need to take this down, because there's the water there. I might take it down to about where that water is, flatten it out, and we'll build the motel, and we'll build the house. But I don't know how I'm going to do that. I've got a few reference images, but I'm still a little freaked out about how I'm going to pull it off. I mean, you can build lots of stuff in Minecraft, but I haven't built either one of those in creative yet. I know down by the hotel there's a lot of gravel, so we'll have to build like a gravel driveway. And then, of course, the house, I thought about maybe building it as if it was like in its original state, which is like really colorful. But I don't know, maybe run down might be the more fun way to go. And again, part of that is not rendering in. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting. So, you know, the house will kind of cover up the bridge a little bit. So I thought that would be kind of cool. And plus it gets us a little bit further this way. So I did kind of come over here and light things up a bit, because if we're going to be working over here, we don't want too many creatures of the night kind of getting involved in the action. Not just yet. Of course, once we build it, might be fun to let it kind of go a little bit and see what kind of weird stuff renders itself in to scare us a little bit. Maybe some Norman Bates will get rendered in here. So I've got actually a bunch of stuff to catch up on with my own YouTube subscriptions. So I will probably be watching a lot of those videos. Probably won't show a lot of the building on camera unless something crazy is going down or I need some feedback. But been kind of lackluster in the video department lately. There's a couple reasons for that. Of course, Labor Day weekend was just not too long ago. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use that as the excuse. And, I just kind of needed a break a little bit from the computer. I think I went about 4 consecutive days without actually turning on this computer that I'm working on. Of course, I used my my new phone and my new tablet that I got. But outside of that, yeah, nothing really got used or recorded or anything like that, because I had this idea and I kind of wanted to sit on it. But I think I'm going to give it a shot. I think what I'll do is the house is the big thing. So the house is going to get built first, and then we'll figure out where the motel needs to go. So I suppose I need to kind of put a little bit of a template up here, because, I mean, this part right here isn't very big, so we may actually have to come out a little bit here, and then I'll fill in the rest. But kind of have to get an idea of how big the house is going to be, get some better schematics, or at least better reference images, and then go from there. So I think that's what we're going to do. Hope you guys are having a good one. I'm having a pretty decent one myself. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. So keep it tuned, and we'll see if this changes in a bit. Okay, I'm back. And this is a pretty good representation of where the house is, and this would be roughly where the motel is. The motel may actually go over this way a little bit more, but, at the right angle. You don't have to see you can kind of see a little bit underneath there, but yeah, this is the house. And what's really interesting about the set model of the house is that when they built it, this originally had a 2 gap, so there would be like an empty gap, and then this is where the wall was, but it doesn't really it doesn't look right whenever you step back at it. I might put it further back when I actually go to build it it's not going to be built out of cobblestone, trust me. Although cobblestone is pretty close to the worn out color that it normally is. They didn't have anything in between here, and then technically they didn't have a back, and then they didn't even see how there's a second wall here? They didn't even build it on this side, because all the camera angles of the house were from the side that I was just standing at. So there was no need to build the back of the house or the other. Like there's a need for it just around this wall here. Technically, I guess really didn't even need to build the other backside of it. But I decided to go with 2 wide windows. This right here looks really close to the original. I forgot that they had this little bump out here, so I actually had to bring the patio out a little bit more than I wanted to. And then up here, I'm kind of playing with windows because there's a door, but then there's like these, you've got your side windows here. It doesn't quite look right. Well, if I bring it all the way down, obviously there's no vertical half slab, so we couldn't go that route. So I might just stick with this design here, go with this wood here, this spruce, and then use just dark oak for the dark parts of it, because technically it's black and white. I mean, Psycho was filmed in black and white, but the set itself pretty much lasted through the 90s. In a pretty dire condition. There's been a lot of replicas, and there's been a lot of sort of other sets made, but I'm going to assume that if I'll know once I start doing it, but I went ahead and put the rail in, and then kind of this roof in, because there's the roof is a really weird shape, and I'm hoping I can pull it off. I might actually bring this roof down 1 to make it line up a little bit more. That was just an experiment. So I just wanted to check in real quick and show you guys kind of where I was. Had to eat a golden apple because I kept falling. So, the boots have been saving me a little bit. But I think this is a pretty good direction to go. Again, we'll have to mess with the hill part of it a little bit. And then, of course, there's actually a staircase that kind of comes down and around here. And then we'll obviously have to tackle the motel probably in another episode, unless I decide, yeah, see, Golden Gate Bridge, Psycho House, yeah, those don't really go well together, but when you go like this at the right camera angle, good to go. So yeah, I'll have to play with this a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I doubt we'll get to the motel today, but, something to think about. Oh, you can see the farm from over here. Cool. So anyways, that is where we're at the momento, and I'll check back in with you guys in a bit, so again, stay tuned. So here we are. The Psycho House. Where Norman Bates lives. Scary. Scary. Of course, the motel that goes next to it, it's actually based on the Universal Studios tour quite a few rooms. Actually, it goes down all the way over to the river there. So I don't know. We may or may not use all the rooms here. The office is here, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of based the stairs on a couple of different images that I saw. Nothing too official. But you go up the stairs. You come up the stairs here. And this is all you see. Yeah, this is all you see. This was basically everything. Whoa, that was made for the exterior shots of the house. This wall, by the way, I ended up taking out because that was actually added later on for a TV show. A TV Western, maybe? Later on, I don't know. I saw that it wasn't original, so I took it down because we didn't need it. We didn't need it. So from that side, it's going to look funny, but from this side, it looks pretty cool. So I had to kind of terraform this up a bit. Of course, this was built on the original hill that we saw early on in the episode. Still got a bit of doing to do here, but I kind of just built this out of cobblestone. This will all eventually get replaced with wood of some sort. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even a stone. I'll have to go look and see if any stones play off better. But yeah, see how that false wall's there? You wouldn't even know, would you? I ended up putting wool in the walls, or the windows, to make it look like there's blinds there. I originally had actual banners, but they just didn't look right. Plus you could see through them, and then you could see the bridge and stuff. But yeah, you can't see the bridge hardly at all. Even if you like force the subject, you have to really kind of do it. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Eventually we'll build a road over here. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll build a road, and then that road eventually will connect to the bridge up there. Might be a good way of connecting everything so you can get around. Thought maybe putting a farm up there, like taking the farm that's over there and moving it into here because there's just dirt on the floor. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I may or may not build this off camera, the motel part. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. It does step down. It's on a little bit of a slope in all the reference pictures that I've seen, so I'll have to do that. But yeah, I'll probably do that off camera, maybe on camera. I'm not sure. But yeah, I hope you guys like the hotel. If I had made it a little bit bigger, which I could have, I would have been able to put the 3 windows up here. So that there technically would be one here and then one here. But since this is 3 tall, it would look silly to try to pull it off. And plus the glass doesn't connect, as you can see up there. It doesn't connect because we're using the stairs. So that's kind of what we're dealing with there. But yeah, and of course I put wool down here just to kind of darken it up a bit. But this isn't quite done. I mean, there's a little bit of tweaking and stuff to do, but I kind of wanted to just check back in and show you guys the final result. La Bates house and motel, sort of. Sort of. Take a couple screenshots, ba-bam, and ba-bam. Sun is going down. Fought all sorts of creatures in the middle of the night, but did mostly sleeping. I actually just went ahead and destroyed my bed just now because I had to kind of tweak that area just a little bit, and still has quite a bit of tweaking to do. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Survival Minecraft. Of course, where we, build things like this here. This here, right up here. Leave those comments, leave those likes, and if you're new to the channel, by all means, subscribe. All sorts of other stuff going on here on YouTube. So until next time, this is JPT. Go play your games, and I'll be seeing ya.